Girl, I ain't lying, I just tell you what you need to know. Tell you about my moves, but I just got this job a couple weeks ago, and I'm just trying to get this up because my speaker's low. And if you ain't come to kick it, then what the fuck we speaking for? You been acting wild, crazy, getting freaky in the text. So when I pull up later on, girl, you know what's next. I ain't tryna flex, and we ain't in the gym, baby girl, but we about to do some reps. Ay, money hungry, going vegan, sneaking through the beef. Shorty fuck without the talking, she be sneaking through the sheets, rolling through the streets, swerving, ducking cops, police. Whatever you do, just make sure that your family.
Yo, welcome to the CareFreeTalks podcast. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy CareFreeRree, your homies over here, KingKadoTalks, and the one, the only Soavecito. What's goody? What's up, boys? What's up?
How you doing?
Good,
What's
man.
good?
Good.
What's
You know,
good?
I'm out here enjoying this hot ass, nasty ass weather we've been dealing with. I heard Suave, you out there got fucking hurricanes and shit.
Yep. It's like hurricane, not ever hurricane. It's like tropical storm. Elsa.
Mm.
Yeah, so we're dealing with that shit. Took me almost 2.5 hours to get home, but it's all right.
Shit, 2.5
Same shit,
hours.
different day. When you live up north, you just don't even give a fuck about the weather anymore.
I don't miss that shit, boy. I do not miss that shit. You know.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So, homies, yo, we haven't got to talk for like a week, but this Olympic shit, boys. Have y'all seen this shit with the Olympics?
Which one? Which thing about the Olympics?
So first off, I want to talk about the whole Shara thing. Are we defending Shara? Are we defending that?
I mean,
As someone who is-
for her to be for her being the fastest black girl in the world.
Yeah. I
say
got no
for
problem
her
with that. I
being-
think that's the shits right there. You know what I mean? But hold on, let me make sure we say her name right too, because I don't want to belittle her.
I think it's Sha'Carri, right?
Sha'Carri?
Sha'Carri.
Let's see.
Sha'Carri here. Is it Richardson, right? Yeah, Richardson.
Sha'Carri. Yeah. So I got a thing, man. It's kind of like, can we talk about like competing on the highest level and rules?
Sure.
As a community, should we be boycotting the Olympics for her? Just on some shit
No.
of like, this was. I get stress. It happens. The rules are there for right now. It happens. You know, I'm not saying, you know, what she did was bad. It wasn't like she was doing crack, but the rule was kind of there. It was kind of known. It's like I can't get a job right now if I fail a drug test. Why are we pushing so hard about her failing it for the Olympics?
I mean, one, I guess, is because knowing her, where she was coming from or what she was doing at the end of the day, the significance of her going to the Olympics and being the fastest woman in the world and representing herself and her community and stuff like that. I think that was the biggest aspect of it. But a lot of people were trying to compare her to Michael Phelps, I think it was. Yeah, Michael Phelps. When he when he smoked. But I believe he got suspended for 6 months, something like that.
Well, I was gonna ask, is that like definitely confirmed that he was suspended? Because I thought he can still compete. Maybe it's just
I
me.
think he was able to compete. I think she can compete as well. It's just the timing of her suspension is what makes them ineligible to compete or not. But I believe he was suspended for 6 months. Hold on, let me just fact check while y'all continue to speak.
I think when he was suspended, it was a little off from how she was suspended. I think she tested positive during her race. I think he tested positive out of season. I'm not saying that 100% sure, but I think he tested positive out of season.
Now, does smoking like having like anything? Does that give a unfair advantage?
No. If anything, it takes away from you because you got smoker lungs. If it was,
Okay,
I think it was an edible, but
so the thing with him is that he smoked after the Olympics. She smoked beforehand.
Yeah.
So that's the definite difference between it. But honestly, I don't think it should be boycotted at the end of the day because there's many other great black athletes out there. Say praise to all of you who are doing such an amazing job and are going so hard, and I think deserve that. How can I say, deserve that inspiration and that support from for their community, from their community.
Mhm.
And I think boycotting it just because Shikari might not be there herself, I think is detrimental to everybody else that was actually going, because it seems like no one actually cares about anybody else but her at the end of the day.
That's very fair. Very
I
fair.
agree.
And then
I
plus
agree.
just weed, especially something that's becoming legal constantly everywhere, where it literally just got legalized in New York, what, a month or two ago, and then got
Mhm.
legalized in Connecticut like three or 4 weeks ago. Actually, no, not even 3 4 weeks ago. It was
Literally.
literally what, 7 days ago. As I'm looking, it was legalized 7 days ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, to be cast out because of something like that, at the end of the day,
Facts.
exactly, like you said,
I'll
like
never
that's just how
like
it is.
say like, yo, even as a real thing, right? Now, see, because I'm a sports fan, and I'm a fan of, like, I'm a fighter fan, right? Things like what UFC making weed legal, right? Things like that. I see that there's starting to be this recognition that, if anything, this hurts you as a competitor compared to giving you some added benefit or something like that. Like, I don't understand.
Exactly.
For me, it's really one of them things. But I think that's like talking to how people treat weed on a basic thing, right? I don't feel like, yo, a company should be testing me for weed if I don't drive a forklift. If I don't drive a forklift, there's no reason you should be testing me for weed. You know what I mean? If
Mhm.
I need to mellow out before I come to my job to do my job, bruh, I'm out here trying to
I put
make
it
your
down.
business a better place, all right?
I put that down the same with alcoholics. I say that you don't fire people for being alcoholics off of work. Say, but motherfuckers will go to the bar every single fucking day, drink their heads off, go home drunk, wake up with a hangover, and come to work, and then everybody will know that you have a hangover. But
Be smelling like
you
fucking
don't get
liquor.
fired.
Yo,
Here's the
you
thing.
actually get a thing for that. They'll send you to fucking, I don't want to say rehab, but they'll send you to counseling for alcohol
I can
or for
understand
weed
that.
or
But
something like
Suave, what
that.
were you
They'll
about to
send
say?
you.
I was gonna say, uh, damn, my my train of thought went
Damn
away.
it.
But I was gonna say, like, the thing is, it's you can tax it, or you can, like, weed, like, it's something that's still getting legalized around all of America, and it's not there yet where you can tax it, can make more money off it. The government needs to profit on everything that's around, and the fact that they
Okay.
can't profit on this that's why they make it the rules. It's not only in the Olympics; it's in a lot of the sports, and a lot of people faced penalties. Josh Gordon, from the Cleveland Browns, also the Patriots. He was suspended how many times and reinstated, but now because of he had issues with weed and everything like that. And but you don't understand how many players openly said that they smoked, playing. Some people, some of the players in the NFL smoked before the game. This is how they get through all the stuff they're doing. So, like, I don't know. I think it's something that will change in the future, but it sucks for anybody who's dealing with it right now. That's my stance.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of them bad things where, like, this is just where we're at right now. And it's like, I get it, yo. I get it. We all go through things. Like, to say, in respect, it's like to say that, yo, rest the dead, but her mom died and that's when she had an edible. I get it. We all that's like every niggas in the hood story, you know what I mean?
Down. Get
My
down.
homie died, so I smoked the blunt. Now I can't get a job. Like, we don't feel, I don't want to say we don't feel like sorry for him, but it's kind of like, damn, bro, you needed that job though. You shouldn't have smoked that blunt. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like it's the same thing for this. You know what I'm saying? Now that girl
Yeah.
who got that lost, that was kicked from the Olympics. I think she was kicked from the Olympics or kicked from running for the test tampering that they're trying to put on her. I thought that was
Mm.
crazy.
I can
I
agree
don't
with
know,
that.
man. It's just, again, I think, um it's something that sucks for right now, and everybody they're it's like they're the martyrs, they're the scapegoats. They're gonna be um figures are gonna be pointed out, and it's such a big thing because it's such a worldwide thing as the Olympics. You know, if it was maybe in the United States alone, would it have the same impact? Yes, to a certain extent, but because it's worldwide and it's the Olympics that happen every 4 years,
So
is
hold on. I'm sorry. Swap. So you think that the reasoning behind alcohol and the marijuana situation on why marijuana seem a lot more of offensive is because the government is taxing it?
They can't tax it.
yeah, you can't tax it. Yeah, like
They
they're
can't
not.
tax what?
They're not some places like the states and on other places they're not profit like making profit off of it. You know they
So
can make a
hold
lot.
on, wait, hold on. So the reasoning that weed is so bad is because they're not profiting it off of it. Yeah.
So, well,
When it comes down to the end of the
it,
day.
what I said was it is one of the reasons. I'm not saying it's the main reason. I'm saying it's definitely plays a contribution to the main issue at hand. You know, it's one of the
Okay, now
reasons why.
is that your reasoning, or is that the reasoning that you think the government is why it's so bad?
I mean, this is what I believe is my opinion. I do.
Oh,
You
this
know,
is what you personally believe. You
yeah.
personally believe that weed is only because of the money inside the government and everything like that.
I'm not saying you're getting me wrong. I'm not saying that the only reason why weed is seen as being like worse is because of the government. I say it, that statement I meant
I get
made.
that statement, but with the statement that you're adding on to it is the taxing of it is what I'm talking about. So you're saying is because the reason that they can't tax it, it's automatically worse than alcohol, and that's why it's being treated the way it is.
I say
Partially,
I believe
partially. I'll agree with
to
Swab partially. That is
part
why it
yeah
is
You
treated that
agree?
way.
yeah.
I get
I
so
don't say it's worse. I'm just saying it's definitely it plays a factor into that shit. So like it's basically I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Okay, so basically when it comes down to it is when you when the government can't make money of the certain product, you know, and like look at it in the past. Why was it illegal for the longest time? Because they couldn't make money off of it. So now for the longest time they didn't know
it
understand like
was illegal for the longest time because the guys that were in the hemp industry figured out that you can use hemp to make paper and so many other goods. So the niggas that were in the timber industry had a problem with that and made weed illegal because if the niggas in the hemp industry were able to prosper, everybody that was in the timber industry would have fucking failed. That's the reason weed became illegal. It wasn't anything
that.
that they couldn't tax
Oh no.
about it. They
I
could have
think
taxed
now,
everything about it.
now it's still no. You can't control that, right? That's the thing with drugs, right? You can
You
try
can't
to
control
control it.
what?
You can't control the flow of drugs.
But
That's
you
this
but
is part of
I
America's problem
understand. No
because they
shit, you
can't
can't
control it.
control the flow of drugs.
See,
But where
but
the
you
fuck
can.
do you think New York is getting all the cocaine and shit from?
yeah,
Yeah,
but you know, I'm just trying to say this. Like we are still suffering from the laws or from the rules from the past. You know,
Right.
this is what which I'm trying to show. Like, and then I'm that's what I'm saying. Like the taxing and like not making the money. Like you just made the point, like a good point. You know, a lot of those things could have destroyed a lot of industries, and but the whole thing, the root of it is all about money. Yes, I use taxes as one of the examples, but the number one thing is money. You know, they couldn't make money off of it. Okay, let's make it illegal. You know, yeah, it's one of the drugs and whatever, but we're still affected by the past. Like the past is
Okay.
definitely
Okay.
playing a factor. Again, do I think weed is worse than alcohol? No, I'm not saying that. You know, I'm not. I believe that somebody should be punished because of that? Absolutely not.
Okay.
but they will be punished unfortunately because of the laws and the rules of our past. That's what I was trying to get at from that.
Okay. That makes sense. I'll say because
Yeah, no,
weed
no, no,
is
no,
definitely
no.
taxable. I would say shit.
No, no, no.
Wasn't it what was it? Colorado when they
Yeah,
first were the first state to legalize it. How much did they make the first what 6 months?
yeah.
It
No,
was
I
like
know.
what $500 million in tax revenue or some shit like that.
We are
I'm not
changing
saying
that.
that.
You
You
know.
can't control the flow of drugs though. It's different from alcohol, right? like liquor,
I'm
right?
saying it's the same thing with the whole prohibition at the back of the day when it came down to alcohol. I see. Obviously, you can't control the statute of drugs, but the people who control the waters and everything is going to come in regardless. I say there's parts of the government that's going to make it a law, and then you got the parts of the government that are going to fight against that law to make even more money off of it.
But so here's the thing, like let me slide this to you real quick, right?
Yes,
Here's the
sir.
scary thing about weed that you got to think about from the government's perspective. The states that go fully legal, that don't require you to that weed is legal. We're not gonna criminalize it no more, right? But you get to that point, that means you can't criminalize me for selling weed. You might need to criminalize me for not having a vendor's license, but you can't criminalize the everyday drug dealer now. So I don't
What do you mean you
realistically
can't criminalize him?
So let's say
Intent to sell is still a thing, even in recreational states, unless you have a seller's license.
So here's the thing,
Which comes down to the same thing as everything else.
They a seller's license and you making legal sales is two different things. Though you can have a seller's license and making, if you're talking about taxable sales, where hey, I'm set up in a way where you can tax, I'm bringing in revenue, so to tax me. Listen, I got a fucking vendor seller license, right? And I still sell on the street.
Well, that's totally
I'm
different.
only
aspect.
selling weed.
We're not. That's not.
I don't have a credible business. I'm making money. The government can't tax. You know how easy of a pickup that is.
That's not the same way. It's not the same way. It's not just get a card and then you can just sell weed however you damn well please. And then if it's not by regulation, then they get mad at you. It's you get this card, and if you're going to sell weed, you have to sell it by these parameters, or you go to jail for the same thing like everybody else.
Sounds whack. That don't sound like you legalize weed, boy.
I mean,
sounds like legalization
technically,
with,
more or less, it is legal.
steps.
I will say that the only controlled, because if this the same niggas at home that's making weed and this nigga get tired of everybody around the fucking city or the neighborhood or whatever, he's tired of niggas asking for dubs or some shit like that, then the nigga gonna put fentanyl or whatever the fuck into your weed, and he can fuck with you. But most likely, if you're getting it from a recreational place, then most likely it's the purest stuff that you can most likely get. Barely ever touched by human hands, whatever the fuck, in a sealed case the entire time. And if you fucking die from it, then most likely you're gonna get reinsured or you can sue the company. I say if your seller sells something to you and he has a fucking license, but he's selling to you from shit that's in his basement, that's not legal, more or less you can sue him, but you're not gonna fucking get anything out of it because it's not a legal business at the end of the day. So that's my aspect of it. I would say this whole thing about it is the same aspect of like selling alcohol. You're gonna go into the store, you're gonna ask for what you want, or you're gonna grab what you want. Well, technically, you're gonna ask what you want when it comes down to the recreational stores, because they just don't let niggas grab shit. Because niggas will grab shit and put it in your pocket. It's different to put a bottle in your pocket than it is to put a bag of weed. Now, with that being said, you walk up to the counter, get the money, your ID or whatever. You pay for it. You get a little bit of tax on that. That tax automatically goes to the state or whatever the fuck that goes to. And then you go home and you have legal weed with a whole receipt about your weed that you bought. That's the whole difference about it from a nigga just be like, all right, cool, I have my card and I'm just selling you weed, pure cash with no receipts, nothing else included. Like, like that's just pure illegal at that point.
But that's the thing, like when we talk about like as far as saying that part of this is about taxation, right?
Right.
A lot of times, majority of the time, right? I don't know what's been going on. There's as of lately, I think I don't know if you guys are aware, there's been a lot of fentanyl in drugs. Like a lot of fucking fentanyl in drugs lately.
Yeah, has that been happening over there in Connecticut?
Yeah.
I haven't probably. I mean, I haven't really been paying attention to any of that stuff. I'm not sure. I haven't kept up on it.
But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of fentanyl drugs, and I'm kind of like, for me, in my thinking mind, my conspiracy mind, I'm like, that's really weird that a lot of motherfuckers are dying from fentanyl and weed and shit like that lately, especially because it's like you don't realistically need to cut weed. Yeah, like you're not making weed by putting fentanyl into the weed. You're not making the weed into more expandable weed. You know what I mean? You still got to give me the gram.
Yeah, which means there's some asshole out there that's fucking with
Purposely,
people.
yeah. But that's like this is what I
Exactly.
think about. Like when we talk about taxation and shit like that, and the government needing a little cut. You know what I mean? It's real scary that weed start becoming legal, and it's kind of like now you can't buy from your everyday vendor, your everyday street vendor because somebody's out here putting fentanyl on the weed. And it's like the fuck.
It's probably coming from the main fucking source. Them government niggas that's taking the weed from the police stations that they've been confiscated, throw it into a new bag or whatever the fuck, blah blah blah, mix it with some fresh new weed, and then they throw a little fentanyl in that, hand this big ass package off to the main drug dealer of the town, and then he hands his little packages off to his little sellers and shit like that. And then them little niggas think that they're big niggas, so they selling off packages as well to other niggas, and then everyone's selling dimes and eighths and halfies and QPs and shit to everybody. And then next thing you know, everybody got fucking fentanyl weed.
Yeah, I mean,
Most niggas really do not know where their weed is coming from when it
Yeah.
comes when it comes down to recreational weed. A lot of niggas don't know where it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You get your shipment in, you don't know the main nigga that's actually growing it. Some places, yeah, you do. Some places, yeah, I got my growing bag in the back, blah, blah, blah. You know, my man's is growing 3 plants here, or, our business is allowed to grow 15 plant, whatever the fuck. All right, that's cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
different. But you get that shit in from a outside source, my nigga. You never always know what the fuck is going to be on that bitch. And that's just real shit at the end of the day.
But that's like, so here's the true thing, the weird thing. That's
But
why I
that's
said
also
it's
the same
weird.
thing with
You know what I mean?
alcohol and fuck ups at factories. Sorry,
True.
go ahead.
But that literally means that there's just some asshole out here putting
Yes.
fentanyl in the drugs just
Fuck
cause.
yeah.
Cause like I said, fentanyl wouldn't stretch your weed. You know what I mean? You're literally just killing off your buyer. So that's like, yo, man, I don't know. It's just weird, bro.
Easy.
It's really weird that the cases start upping when things start becoming legal.
I think that happens a lot just because people in general just get jealous of the. I guess they get jealous of the government, so they gotta kill the government's people. I mean, granted, a lot of people's records get expunged, and a lot of niggas are gonna get let out of jail for the minor weed charges, which I'm very happily grateful for. Like at the end of the day, my nigga, like, hey, like that. Let's say because to be in jail for so long with for a non-violent crime or to have
and do a lot of time for it.
Yep.
exactly and have your life ruined because you had what, like 3 grams on you, possibly even maybe a single gram, some shit like that. And it's like, bruh, you can't get jobs or do this and that and other. And it's
Yeah.
like that's no way to live. There's no way to treat motherfuckers for something like that, especially when they're kids. Like motherfucker be 17, 16.
Getting
Or
treated as a
18,
fucking
19,
adult, yo.
shit. Exactly. And then it's like you really want to put this on their thing and hinder them for the rest of their life. And then like you talk about, oh, I'm tired of seeing y'all in the streets or whatever. I'm like, my nigga, a lot of these niggas can't get jobs because of the record that y'all gave them when they were younger, when they were just playing on the streets, enjoying life, doing the same shit you most likely did. But say you want to be an asshole and you want to ruin these niggas' lives for no reason because it makes no sense. And then now they're starting to realize that, god damn, this shit is actually pretty fucking dumb, ain't it? I say we literally have millions upon millions of people in jail for something that we're trying to legalize everywhere right now and trying to give people the licenses to sell this shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild. I mean, granted, I'm happy that, and I'm sorry to take up so much time with this topic,
You good?
but I'm also happy that they're trying to give licenses to, people that's been subjugated to the arresting, to being arrested for weed or other possession charges in that area, and given the ability to actually sell weed and have their own shop, type shit. I think it's pretty cool.
Yo, so I have to ask y'all, and I want to say this. Well, fuck it. Fuck it. I say what I say. It's my fucking podcast. But
Yeah, nigga.
So, yeah. So, yo, on that note, right? Are we getting to a point where America's kind of just like, listen, if people want to kill themselves on the drug of their choice, just as long as I can get my money from it, fuck it. Because I'll be real, I if we're talking about just like giving shit to like minors or some shit like that, yo, if someone want to do cocaine, bro, or weed, or shit, if you want to kill yourself via crack injection, who am I to say, nah, nigga, you can't do that. Go out and suffer this hard world instead of doing that crack that you want to do.
Yeah.
Suave, this one on you. This one on you, Suave. What you got to say to that, son?
Uh, honestly, it's man, it's tough. I will say it's your own life. You know, it's your life. Literally, you are in control of it. You know, and if you, I know people wants to be by your side, but if you want to do it, at the end of the day, it's all about choices and consequences. You know, you have to be responsible for whatever you decide, and you know, it's our own life when it comes down to it. So, who am I to say anything? I mean, but you know, it depends. It depends on the situation. It's hard. It really it's shit regardless.
So
So
if
I
like
don't
we can
know.
have like a controlled building, right, where this doesn't leak out. So it's like, yeah, listen, you want to do crack, you got to come live here. These are the crack houses. It's the crack house, it's the heroin house. All right, you got to live in this house. You can go to work, but you can only do your drug that's gonna probably kill you here. That way we
I
can
say,
monitor you. Make sure you don't give kids drugs, nothing like that. You don't damage nobody's life. You don't go out and get pregnant while you're dying of heroin overdose. Well, detox,
right, right. Now you're right. I respect that. That makes sense. I mean, but I I would say it's coming to that type of utopia. It kind of seems like a movie, more or less, at the end of the day, if you
Mm.
think about it. Kind of like the movies where it's like, oh no, in this future, it's okay. Like, crack is in like regular to go pills that you could buy at the store type shit.
Just
Like
get you a
you know what I'm
microdose of
talking
crack
about.
before you go to work. A little tactical.
Exactly. Yeah, like
Some good
kind of
crack.
like I forgot what type of movie I would say, but think of like an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, like when the one where he went to Mars. I forgot what the name of the
Mm.
movie is specifically, but just think about, you go to Mars or you go in the future, and then it's just like, all right, you got crack pills, heroin pills, but it gives you it into like this perfect amount, and then everywhere are like fucking uh I don't know, adrenaline booster shots type shits or whatever the fuck. Or you
Mm.
take an adrenaline booster shot with your heroin pill. And then you
Oh
could take
my
that
god.
rush at the same time. And if you overexert yourself, this booster pill will help you or some shit like that. Like possibly. I think it could possibly happen.
Yo, there's a
That's
game
just real
on
shit.
Xbox that's kind of like this where, oh god, Swap, do you know what game I'm talking about? With it has the constables and everything like that. Jesus, why can't I think of
What
the
are you
name of this
talking about?
game? There's this game. No,
Cyberpunk?
no, it's not Cyberpunk. It's Happy something or Happy Way Out.
Happy few. The
Happy
happy.
Few.
Oh,
Yes,
We Happy Few.
we Happy
Yeah.
Few. That kind of touches on that same thing, where it's kind of like, yo, they're living in what's a utopia, but they're getting a drug that's just enough drug that it doesn't kill them and everything like that.
Somebody said something like that about water. Like this is
Technically,
why we
if
we
you
see the
if you
world
need
that we
something to
see.
survive,
Say
your
that again.
body needs it to survive, which means for your body it's kind of an addiction. You need water.
Well, yeah, definitely. I understand
Same
that.
thing with air.
I say, but 100% of everybody who drinks water dies.
Shit can't save you, right?
I didn't know. I say it's that's just right. That's just life, though. At the end of the day, my boy.
Yeah.
Um, I say I think the shit is just wild. I don't know what we're gonna come to. I don't know what life is gonna be, but I can definitely see it going in these directions. I say I don't know how Suave feels about it, but I think it can happen. I think it can happen in that direction.
That life. Say that life. What? Sorry.
That life can go in the direction of everybody just taking drugs and it being the norm.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. That's one thing I definitely agree on. I definitely think that we're gonna get to a point where drugs are you could do whatever you want. You know, if and nobody's gonna say it. Like I'm a firm believer of that shit. That shit will happen.
I say, do
Um,
you? I have a question for the group though.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying I want Suave to answer this first, if you don't mind. Say, do
okay.
you
Mm-hmm.
think? Goddamn, how did I have it worded? Do you think that we are ever gonna get to that perfect amount of freedom, like as in pure freedom? Do you think that can ever happen, or do you think,
No,
or think the opposite?
no, I don't think it's possible.
What about you, Care?
Pure freedom. I'm gonna agree with Suave and say no, but that's only because, as every comic book will let you know, everything comes with a cost. And at the end of the day,
What's that called?
somebody.
Actually, I'll play the advocate and say yes. So,
Okay.
what does that cost though?
So there's always someone that needs to be the boss, right? So even if you have pure freedom, you get to a point where somehow in some form, even if you don't realize it, someone is making ends off of you. You know what I mean? It's like, let me say this. It's like if the government said, "Hey, we're not going to charge you anymore," right? And then most of the job, like say people just start, they're out there, they're walking, and the government puts sensors under the concrete, so every time you step on it, it powers the city on some Rick and Morty shit.
Right.
And then you just go out there. Now you ain't got a job. You don't give a fuck. You driving your car, pitter patter, pitter patter. That shit is making someone's money so the city can run. And then you never see you as people you don't see, but it's some hidden incognito motherfucker in the crowd that's rich off his mind and shit like that, or he gets some type of benefit that he can lord over you one day or in some form.
Okay. Okay. So, what if the concept of freedom is just you doing whatever you want? And what if you wanting to be controlled or having a boss is your concept of freedom?
That's fair, but then you get into a point where absolute freedom means absolute chaos. You can't
So,
have one
what
without
is
the other.
okay to simplify it a little bit more? What is your idea of freedom? What is freedom to you?
If we're talking in a literal sense, freedom would be
Your
just
definition. I'm not
my
talking about literal
definition.
sense. Your
Okay.
definition of freedom.
My definition, I'm saying if you say, yo, you have ultimate freedom, that means no human rules, no moral rules, no physical rules, no anything exists that can stop me from doing anything that I want. Because
Okay.
that means I have
Suave. What about
ultimate
you?
freedom.
I'm, there is no definition of freedom because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as freedom.
Okay.
But what's in
So
your
you
mind, nigga?
I don't.
and I somewhat actually agree with that. I somewhat actually agree with that concept.
Really?
You want me to
That's
elaborate?
weird
Yes.
that y'all both. I don't. Well, let me not say weird. It's weird if because the thing is, in some form, freedom does exist. In some
No,
form, it might be you don't think so at all. You think there's
no,
always something controlling us.
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, bro.
So
So freedom is to be free, but we are never free from uh taxes or debt or fucking or working or literally being somebody's property. We're the
what if I'm
government's
free
property.
and I don't
Okay,
go
he's
to
talking about
work?
a totally different freedom. I was going to buy a totally different aspect of that type of freedom.
I was going by freedom in totality. When I
I was
when I
going
say
by
totality, I'm saying if we think about it, right? If you go to a Judeo-Christian like thought process of freedom, it
right.
means like people say destiny is predetermined, but at any time you can alter the flow of destiny, and destiny shall correct itself. But if I
That's
keep
where I
altering,
don't.
altering,
That's where
altering,
I don't believe. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that anything is altered. I believe that what you're going to do is what you're going to do. Your thought process may make you seem like you have a choice and you have that freedom to do so, but at the end of the day, when you get super salad, my nigga, at that specific time, you're only ever able to get super salad. And one that you choose, no matter what, if you're like, all right, I might choose soup and then change your mind 2 seconds later to salad and you finally get salad, you are always going to choose salad. That's the type of aspect that I mean freedom doesn't exist because everything is automatically
mm,
predetermined. And I can understand the aspect of having the choices But once you have already made, once you make your choice in your mind, it was already predetermined before that that was the choice that you're going to go with. That's my aspect of freedom. There is none
So
in that sense.
do you believe there's only one universe? By one universe, there's only one timeline.
I mean, who to say that none of this shit is a possibility?
I
Like,
don't know. I can say it's possible because I mean it's really not against my religion to believe that there's other possible timelines where things could have happened. So I definitely can believe that there's other timelines. But if I believe in other timelines, then that definitely makes sure that alone definitely tells me that there's no freedom then if there's multiple timelines.
That's ultimate freedom.
I know. I
Every
don't believe so. The reason I
ready?
say that's not ultimate freedom is because if there's multiple timelines, that means you're on a specific timeline where you've made these specific decisions to be on the specific timeline.
Yes,
And when
yeah.
you've made and when a
Mhm.
different altered decision was made, a different timeline was made for that specific timeline and decisions that you're gonna make there. That's where I mean that's not freedom.
Okay, you ready?
I,
But if consciousness is one, energy never goes anywhere, right? That means all of these yous are of the same consciousness, the same energy. So if multi-universe theory really exists, right? That means there are millions of universes where in reality you've done everything. And because your consciousness is one, that's you. It's just across the timeline. At some point in time, all these consciousnesses would have to meet up. They would conjoin into one as they flow through, right? So as every one of you dies, your consciousness goes back to the energy, right? You were slowly becoming the freest you've ever been. Only when, and I say this, only when all of your timelines have been over will you understand and go, I did it all. I made every choice possible. And sometimes I didn't even make a choice. I let life
Where the
just
fuck did
move
you
me
get this
through.
from?
Yo, boy.
Where the fuck did you get this from?
I prepped before here. I prepped a little bit. This prep work. By prep work, I searched my soul.
Suave, you had something to
uh,
say.
no.
You had something to say. Say it.
I'm
I
just,
know you had something to say. I
just
saw your fade.
I'm just, no. Honestly, I'm gonna go a little bit. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, but my ideal freedom is I wake up, I do whatever I want. You know, obviously there's rules and all this shit, but like that's my mindset.
Okay,
Like
all
the
right.
fact that there's limitations to any aspect of it doesn't matter any realm of possibilities.
Mhm.
It's just it doesn't exist. It really
Right.
does. Like even if I'm gonna even go back, man. We can go even with the slaves. You know, they could become free. They come to the north, but what do we have to do? They have to get a job to survive, and then pay taxes. Like, bro, I keep saying taxes because literally the two guaranteed things in this world is death and taxes. Like that shit is a legitimate thing, you know. And it's just mind blowing how fucked that shit is. I don't know. Is it just me? Am I just bugging?
No, I
no,
completely
no,
agree with
I
that.
agree.
As in the aspect of like freedom of being able to do whatever you want, live wherever you want to go, walk wherever you want to go, eat the food that you want to eat, and not have anybody literally bother you for doing what the fuck you're doing at that time and place. Yes, that's absolute complete freedom. I can understand that. Not bring anybody's property, living to say to live up to yourself, not having to answer to anybody. Yeah, ultimate freedom. I can agree with that. I believe that's freedom. But do you think that's possible? No, right?
Oh, absolutely. No, that's just not possible. Are you fucking kidding me? That's just like it's a fool's gold, you know. It's something that we all,
Mm.
everybody says America, land of the free. Like, no, when your ass gets here, you're not free. You just do. It's the idea of feeling something that might be real, and it's a crock of shit, you know. Because we just being alive is it's a stressful thing. You know, you could sneeze and die, and it's just like on top of the other things. You know,
Like motherfucking
every
hamsters, boy.
money makes people not free. Makes people not free. Money is
But that's about
everything.
the rules. And that's why I said at the end of the day, because someone needs to be in charge, there's
Somebody
always
has
gonna
to.
be some form of rule, right? But it's like
Mm.
if we took away the rules, it's kind of like that means it's you know what? I guess the best way to explain it, you guys seen The Purge. You've seen The Purge, guys. All of you. I know you've seen it. You know, a movie is probably on its like fourth movie or some shit like that. Yeah. I'm gonna pan this shot if I can. I'm gonna just zoom it in so you can see the eye. But think of The Purge, right? The Purge is the one night where humans were guaranteed ultimate freedom. To live
Right.
or to die, to kill or be killed, to fight or struggle. You were lent ultimate freedom. Now, if you're talking about that shit working long term without somebody being in charge, still pulling the strings, you know, because someone's pulling these strings for these little Muppets down here.
Just be a massacre. That's all.
Yeah,
That's the only thing
yeah.
it's gonna be. Is a massacre.
We don't know how to survive in a situation where we don't need from someone else. It's been a long time. You know, it's not saying we can't regress, but it's been a long time since it's just been law of the I don't want to say law of the jungle, but law of nature. So whether you eat and sleep and breathe and die is on you in a manner where, hey, motherfucker, guess you got to go hunt that deer. We shot the last bullet, so we got sticks. Nobody works in the factory to make guns, so if you want a gun, you got to go figure that shit out and make you one. You know what I mean? We're not that. We're not at those times anymore where like, if you had to be totally dependent on you, what would you do? The government didn't give you a job. You can't get a job anywhere. Let's say you couldn't get a job, right? Jobs went out of existence. Eventually, unless people just generally wanted to keep things going, or built the things to keep the things going themselves, electricity would go out. The sewage system would go out. Shit like that, right? Now you got to find your own ways. Maybe you got to domesticate some horses. Now you have your freedom. But what did it cost? Everything.
Speaking about The Purge, man, that's like just recently seen 90% of the movie, and I don't want to get reason why I only saw 90% because people are assholes. But what is do you think The Purge can be an actual thing?
No.
Why?
Fuck no.
It would literally, the movie is such a representation of how human society works. It would never work. It would never work. We'd kill each other off so fast. We'd kill each other off
Also-
within decades. We'd be dead.
And we ignore the rules. We ignore the rules. There'd be too many people. There'd be too many groups of people that would find each other, who would want to kill too many government officials and shit like that for that rule to stay in place.
Mhm.
Shit, people do that shit now with all the rules in place.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, okay, if The Purge were to be a real thing, and for somehow reason why, I don't know, it just is.
Cops would probably die as well. There would probably be
Yeah.
no more cops.
What? Well, here the other question is, what? Well, let me ask this one first, then I'll ask my second one. What if the scenario of The Purge was real? What are you guys doing? How do you proceed? When the purge happens?
Do the best way to lock down my house and try to stay locked in the crib and keep my family safe as much as possible. Going outside, I think, is just dumb.
See, if there's no warning, like, if you could give me a year, say, hey, in 2022, or sorry, in 2023, we're gonna start purging, right? There's a little advanced time. I think I'm going underground bunker. Be real, figure shit out, learn how to build a bunker, like a sustainable bunker underground. Because the thing with being above ground in a house is, if you watch the Purge movies, level 4 or level 5 weaponry is, you're talking like fucking grenades and rocket launchers and shit of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how easy
Stay in
it
an
is to
ugly
burn?
house too.
Yeah, you
Just
know how
stay in an
easy it
ugly
is
house. They won't
to
fuck
stay
with
in
you.
an ugly house? Nah, those be the first houses. Molotov cocktails, bro, through the window. You know how easy your house go up? Little
I said, you
gas
gotta get a
bomb real
basic
quick.
house.
Yeah,
Not too
but
hood, not too nice.
nah, I feel like that'd be the worst thing too. Is like, if you live anywhere in the hood, yeah, they're gonna start just hammering
rock.
away at the fucking buildings from the top floor, just just layering that shit down. You know what I'm saying?
All,
But it's a
all the
weird thing,
students
yo.
are gonna kill their teachers and shit.
That it would phase work out of existence. that one day is if you let that happen, one day is enough to phase certain jobs out of existence really quick. It's almost enough to phase almost all jobs unless your job is willing to protect you and your family. You know
You'd
what I
have to
mean?
be a good job at the end of the
It
day.
had
You'd
yeah,
literally have
exactly.
to treat your employees well.
It's like, yo, you gotta literally suck everybody's dick 364 days a year and never step on their toes, and then you still have a 50% chance of getting shot.
That's a lot of dick sucking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot. You out here fucking on your knees all year.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
My
god.
man with the ashy knees.
Yeah, shits be cut, bro. Then motherfuckers be out here wilding. But
Fuckers
yeah,
will
it's
be
like,
wildin', bro.
could you imagine living a life like that? That wouldn't even amount to the day being worth it. You have to literally be terrified 364 days a year for one night to maybe, go knock somebody off. But the chance runs if you work an invisible job, you probably piss somebody off at some point of the day. Something that probably wasn't even your fault. Could be your job's fault. Job says we don't do refills. She dropped a soda. Maybe you should give her a courtesy cup. Nah, Job said can't do that. Boss might come and purge me on purge night. Customer pissed at you. You saying it's just the store rules. I'm sorry, man. I can't. This is policy. Well, fuck you and fuck this store. I see you on the purge, Tommy.
That's pretty much what happened in the Purge movie. Well, homegirl. I
It's
say
like, what do you
The
guys
last
think
one,
happened?
yeah.
What do you think happened to all the like prisoners that were in jails during the purge?
Unless it was full lockdown. So here's the thing: if it's a full lockdown, they lock the prison down on purge night. To be honest with you, you're gonna have about half the population in the morning. Cause only it's a small cell. You got one person in there in most cells, kind of situations. Oh, somebody gonna be dead in the morning. Somebody gonna be dead in the morning.
That's only if the guards are still there.
Oh, I mean the guard. That don't mean nothing. They go say, oh, no, purge starts in 2 hours. Got to get home. Prison on lockdown. Ain't no food. The gates are gonna be locked till the morning. So if your toilet breaks, that kind of fucking sucks for you, prisoner. And then you come in the morning and every other prisoner's dead.
I was gonna say, do they? Yeah, I wonder. I was always thinking that because I was watching. I was like, what happened to all the prisoners? Do they that should be the next movie? It was like, all right, do they leave all the cells open or do they just lock down? It's interesting, man.
Purge, jail, just regular jail.
Just regular jail. I mean,
just regular prison. Just regular prison.
Oh god, this is regular prison. Yo, man, I can see it. That'd be fire.
I think it'd be great.
I'd only be fire. They leave the doors open. That's fire, bro. They leave the cell doors open. Yo, all the rapists and child touchers and all that shit. Oh, it'd be over. And it'd be like it'd be so hypocritical because it's kind of like you out here, you broke the law too, but it's like, nah, that nigga worse than me. Yeah, I seen the laws he broke.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. Let's say women beaters, child touchers. The fuck was the other one? Killers, like child killers, women killers that specifically go after kids and women as well. Niggas of that nature definitely would first. It's a wrap. They wouldn't even fucking survive an hour, my nigga. Niggas is coming in with chainsaws. How the fuck you get a chainsaw? Don't worry about it, nigga. We coming for that ass. We coming for that ass, bro. Like it's gonna be on some. It's gonna be on some Watchmen shit for real, for real. You remember when Rorschach was in the cell, in the jail cell, and niggas was outside with a whole steel bar cutter, my nigga. He's like, where the fuck did you get that in jail, bro? What the fuck is this? And he's like, hey, we coming for that ass, nigga. Like that's how it is, bro. But that shit to me is crazy, bro. It's just like you rape so many people, then you go to jail, and next thing you know, you getting raped. And it's just like that's just life, bro. It sucks to be you, but like everybody outside is like it's just life, bro. Like those are the worst people. And I'm sorry, I don't believe in killing motherfuckers because honestly, I think that's I think if you kill somebody, that's them getting off. At the end of the day, I'm not even gonna hold you. I feel like
That's
death
hella
is
fair.
them
I thought that shit
is
too.
them not having to suffer throughout the issues that they had to deal with, having the people that are gonna come around and talk to them for what they've done and shit like that. You do shit like that, my nigga, you deserve to live every single day and indulge in what you've done and make that shit into the back of your mind. I swear to God.
Oh, no, I
And you
agree.
deserve to get your ass beat every day too.
We'll do everything to keep you alive. We gotta keep you alive for this 95 2 life sentences you got. But
Yeah, we'll give you food and everything, like food, water. Obviously we will
Water.
rehabilitate you so you can not feel the same way that you feel, but we will be beating that ass along the way. I'm sorry,
yo,
you shouldn't have done what you did, my sir.
y'all ever seen the movie Wanted with Angelina Jolie?
When they killed
Yes.
the bullet,
Yeah.
I'm about
So
to watch that tonight.
I
You
feel
just
like
reminded me of it.
that would be how a prison would be for the motherfuckers. Every day they get beat up and they get put into the wax water. Every day it's like yeah, we let them get fucked up to the point of death, but when we throw them in that water, my boy's back. Yeah, 95 more like year sentences. All right, let's go.
Right?
Back in here,
It's like
boy.
it's like you got 95 years, nigga, and you only on day 3. Shit, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, nigga, you been in the water twice today, boy. Nigga,
It's
you
gonna
came
be
out,
rough,
you
my
got
nigga.
came out and got fucked up.
I hope them knees get stronger. You got hit once and them shit started buckling, bro. You better get them.
Yo,
You don't
you
want
ain't
to be
got.
sucking dick a lot. You better learn how to get them knees strong, nigga. You
Listen,
learn
man,
how
my
to take it
boys,
like a crackhead.
Jesus Christ.
my boy's trying to outlive that shit, boy. He's like, oh no, oh he thought he got off. They might let you off one day, like on some Easter shit. They let you off an ass whooping, and then as soon as the fucking hour ends, you just fucking fist comes through your cell like this.
I didn't get my ass beat today because the nigga that beat my ass is sick.
Jesus Christ.
He
They
got the
start tagging
flu.
ass whoopings in. Like, yo, man,
He
your
got
ass
the
whooping was supposed to
flu.
be over yesterday.
Hey, I'm your sub. I'll be beating your ass today. If you wouldn't mind just bending over and pulling your pants down. You're like, nigga, wait, hold on. You said beat my ass, not fuck it. What's going on here?
Oh
He's like,
my
oh,
God.
sorry. He wasn't clear on the instructions, but we do what we can here.
You know where this conversation has gone. Oh my God.
Oh shit. Yo, my nigga, yo, I'm sorry. Everybody, I
Oh, Jesus.
I
That was
just
hilarious, boy.
thank you. Thank
The
you.
monologues.
I try.
Yeah, yo, this is we
I
living in
does
some
these.
weird times, bro. I feel like we living in some real weird times. It's crazy out
Surreal
here,
ain't the
man.
word, my nigga. That shit ain't surreal. That shit is just it's
It's a circle of life, bro. It's we live in a world that's realistic. Like we are not as significant as we think we are.
Really? Because I feel like
Shit.
if we were more significant, the aliens would have came and seen us already.
Yeah, we ain't
I,
shit. We ain't shit,
nigga,
to
they
be
just
honest.
come and watch us. They come down. What is them niggas doing?
These niggas don't know
Literally
this is a
every fucking
zoo.
time they come
We
over.
built this zoo. Shit nice. Y'all
Right?
done fucked it up though, made it ghetto.
We gave everybody the resources, thousands of thousands of years. I would say we got big ass pyramids. Y'all didn't niggas with the pyramids. They didn't share the information. They didn't give it. They didn't pass it down like we
Oh,
told these
oh,
niggas.
you guys
Nah.
killed them? Damn. They had the keys too. This bitch moves. The pyramid, right? It connects into the earth, and this bitch moves.
I
There was a
told Xeno 6888888 not to come over this motherfucking nigga. Like these niggas is these primal niggas over here. They only been alive for about fucking thousands and thousands of years. Fuck these niggas. These niggas is dumb. This is reality television Earth, channel Earth, my nigga. Like,
No Earth.
we are a
yo.
package on the galaxy. We are the funniest niggas around. Niggas is laughing at us. I would say our everyday life that they see is just literally broadcasted with invisible fucking cameras and all types of weird shit. And then they start throwing snow here and there. They be like, yo, we've got these guys used to not snowing in this area. we're gonna fucking make it snow and watch them go fucking insane over 2 inches and fuck everything up. That on this week of down south Earth. Like, no, nigga, like that's pretty much what is going on here, bro.
Jeez,
Like
yo.
we're just literally ass. We're just ass compared to everything else for the things that we've done.
True. Yo.
And that's what I think. I mean, don't be wrong. We could literally be at the same level as other niggas in other universes. We just haven't spotted each other's planets yet, or they spotted our planet and they just can't fucking get to us because how the fuck are we gonna get to somewhere other planet that we spotted fucking light years and millions of years away and let them know that we see them niggas? We can't. We see you. We can't say nothing. You see us. You can't say nothing. It's like a drive-by in a car where the windows are rolled up and you're looking at the next person and they're just like literally, nigga, like that's what it is. I'm telling you. That's how I feel. Sorry. I don't know what that rant was about, what it was going into, but that was that. Thank you, everybody. It was funny. Yes, thank you. Clap.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you. All right, cool. Shut the fuck up. All right.
Yo, you know what's sad? When you started that conversation, I automatically brought me back to the drugs of the beginning of the conversation, and I'm like, "Yo,
fuck
what
you."
if no, wait. I was like, "What if the aliens are sitting here looking at us like, why are they snorting that? That's what we use for fuel reactors here to travel millions of light years. Yeah, and it's like they know that's gonna kill them eventually, right?
I be thinking of dumb shit like that. I be thinking like, what happens if Coca-Cola is the cure to cancer? And we just don't know it. Like you just gotta inject Coca-Cola into your bloodstream and like you're cured to cancer because of whatever the fuck it does.
Yeah.
But niggas would never know because who the fuck is gonna put Coca-Cola in their blood, nigga?
Someone's gonna do it one day, and they're gonna be like, we're gonna never find out about it. He's gonna just randomly get Assassin Creeded and shit. Yo, you know what's sad? My children's toys are here, and I was looking for something to pick up, and the only thing around me is her baby doll, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that on camera. I'm gonna have to apologize to the fucking world and shit. But yeah, I'm just like, yo, just run over and just go, Yeah, I teach you to drink, to put that Coca-Cola in your system. But yo, Avery, you're so absolutely still sometimes, bro, that I sit here and freak out because I'm like, you're so absolutely still sometimes. I sit here and freak out because I'm like, yo, did the chat go off? Like especially if I don't move or I'm not talking, I'm just like, did the chat break?
Yeah, I guess it looks creepy as fuck.
Yeah. So everybody, I'm sorry about that. There wasn't nothing much there. I literally was just talking about us doing something stupid that we shouldn't be doing. And I guess my video said we're not going to do that today. We're not going to get anybody in trouble. But fuck it, really quick, what I was saying was that what if like the aliens are just watching us and are like, yo, why are they snorting that, my guy? Like, we use that for fuel reactor. You know what I mean? Something for light speed travel, some crazy shit. You know what I mean? Yo, I don't know. But then, be honest, the boys are back. We did it. Here's episode 4. You go and enjoy that. You know what I mean? My boys about to go watch history be made. Apparently, this basketball team ain't been here for years. How long has it been, boy?
Since 1993.
That's a long time.
I know, right?
Some of us were just being conceived. Some of you were being conceived. You know, us, he might, I think he was just being conceived. But us, we was coming into life at that time. That's the historic year right there.
Gangsta life.
You're one of the few years left that you can tattoo on your stomach and it not look stupid.
True that.
True yeah, that. Let's get, yeah. So, my guys, KingKadoTalks, my guy, talk to these people for me. Talk to these people.
I there's not much for me to say other than I love each and every one of you. Please come check out the show. We try to do this as much as possible, and if you enjoy what you see, then follow us. Follow each of us individually. Follow us as a whole. Whatever you want to do. You feel me? I know.
And where can they follow you, my guy? Where exactly is it?
CareFreeRree. CareFreeRree Talks podcast. It's on all platforms. Go check it all over on Yahoo. Say we're even on TikTok. That shit is wild, right? TikTok, you got KingKadoTalks, CareFreeRree, and Soavecito. Say, and then we're on Facebook as well. Holy fuck! Wait. We're on YouTube. Wait. Twitter. Oh my god! God damn it! We're everywhere. If you just want to go follow us, we're everywhere. Just our names are right there. It's simple. It's just so simple, people. Just go ahead. I'm done. Go.
And not to call him last, but Suave, talk to these motherfucking people, boy. Talk to them.
My name is Avery, but I go by Soavecito. I'm a horror content creator, but I'm also honored to be a guest on the CareFreeRree show, and also KingKadoTalks when he does his podcast and his live streams. Man, um, I'm just a streamer that loves scary shit and talking his mind off. So I just want to say thank you to them to these guys for giving me the opportunity to voice my opinion when I get to, and I appreciate them. So. You can find me on all platforms, Soavecito, Soavecito. And yeah.
Jordan, can we get an all? Can I get an all here? So, as always, it's a new week, it's a new day. This is a new fucking pod right here, guys. Expect them. They're great. They're awesome. You know, we do what we do. Put money in our pockets. You know what he said earlier. Their names everywhere, even on Cash App, and some of us have Venmo. So why not? Bless us. We bless your ears. You bless our pockets. Come on, it's a fair exchange. You know what I'm saying? But it's your boy. It's CareFreeRree. We'll be back again. The boys are always back. All right. So